Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is Confidence Mindset with Amanda. So in this video I want to talk about how we deal with our 3D when we are manifesting for particular desires in our reality. So our 3D is basically our ego mind of what we have currently created with our thoughts. So what do I mean by this? So when we are looking at our 3D and we feel a bit defeated, we are in that present moment in our ego mind, because our ego mind is trying to look for validation for what it is that we are manifesting in our reality. But however, when we are in the 3D, we want to understand that the 3D is not what we are manifesting. We're actually manifesting a different dimension, which is the 4D and 5D. So what do I mean by this? So when we are in circumstances that are undesirable, we are only in these circumstances because of what we have previously thought. So we have created a version of somebody to treat us in a certain way, or we have created a circumstance where we are not financially free, or we've just created circumstances that are not resonating with what it is that we are changing with our new thoughts and our new story. So in these moments when we are looking at our 3D for validation, we remind ourselves that this is irrelevant because this is an old version that I have created. It's playing itself out. I don't have to respond to it or react to it because it is irrelevant. Now, this is not to discredit what anybody is going through, because we all go through this when we are changing our thoughts in a particular area of our life, when we are changing our thoughts to experience a particular outcome that we haven't experienced before. And so it can be a little bit challenging to get over that wall, you could say, because manifestation is easy, it is instant, but it's easy and instant from what we have currently learned and what we have previously experienced, and all of the thoughts and assumptions that we have been building our subconscious mind with over a period of time. And so we're manifesting from that old story as it is right now in that present moment. So remember, we just have the present moment, but as we are changing into the new story, we are overcoming these old stories. So this is what I mean when I talk about Dr. Joe Dispenza a lot, because Dr. Joe Dispenza is talking about this idea of overcoming your environment and your circumstances to experience a new dimension, you could say, to step into your 4D and your 5D dimension. Now, I want to talk about why he is talking about the brain and heart coherence. So our subconscious mind is programmed with a lot of beliefs and a lot of thoughts and assumptions that we've had and experiences that we've had over our years in relation to different topics of our areas, as we already know this anyway. So as we are retraining the subconscious mind, we are building different beliefs every single day in every area of our life. Now, as we are doing this with our affirmations, it's seeping into the subconscious mind, but we remember also that the subconscious mind does not really take in logic. So when things are looking for logic, that's just your ego mind. But because the subconscious mind focuses more on emotion than it does on logic, after a while of you telling it a certain thing, it starts to seep in and creates this emotion that is going to come out through your body, through the behaviors in your body. And this is how then you're kind of attracting the whole desire then to you, because your subconscious mind is directing your body in a way to behave in a different way, to direct then thoughts to come up into your conscious mind to lead you to the desire that you are manifesting. So brain and heart coherence, as Dr. Joe Dispenza is explaining, is when you're in that meditative state and you are connecting your conscious subconscious to the feeling within your body of relaxation and peace and harmony and love and abundance. And he maintains then when you're in this state, when you set your intentions in this state, because you are connecting your brain and your body in that moment, your brain and heart coherence, the subconscious mind picks up on it quicker because it's picking up on the emotion quicker. It's like if you are experiencing a triggered emotion within your body, this is how intrusive thoughts then start coming up into your mind, because your subconscious mind picks up on the triggered emotion, the anxiety, the depression, or whatever, and it starts then to look for the thoughts and assumptions and experiences that you have already experienced in your life that relate to this emotion, if you get what I'm trying to say. So when you are in that state of relaxation, so we're talking about meditation here, but this can also be when we are self-regulating our body. This is why we are doing things like breath work and exercise and keeping to routines and using a self-concept that is creating an identity within us, that is building our confidence. Because when we're coming into that acceptance, that whole acceptance of everything that is ours, it's the confidence that we're building within that is building that emotion, as we are continuing to use the repetition to impress the subconscious mind. So I want to stress as well that we're not manifesting things because of how we are feeling. It's not the feelings that manifest, it's what we are telling our subconscious mind over a period of time that allows our subconscious mind to train our body to produce that feeling that is inevitably becoming the person who has that desire, if you get what I'm trying to say. So this is why it's good to get into the assumption of having what it is that you want, because if you get into the assumption of having what it is that you want, you're creating the repetition in your subconscious mind. But your subconscious mind then, because it's been told this over a period of time, starts to create this feeling of having what you want. So it picks up in the emotion. It's like as you are impressing the subconscious mind, you are changing the neurons in your brain, and then because you're changing the neurons in your brain, it's starting to accept that the possibility of all these desires as being true for you. And so because it's accepting the possibility of all your desires being true for you, the subconscious mind is picking up on this, producing the feelings of excitement and excited expectation of what it is to come. And you're behaving in this different way, you're showing up in this different way in your reality that is allowing yourself to receive all of the desires that you are affirming for every single day on your manifestation journey, if this makes sense. So this is why when we look to our 3D reality, we don't have to give it any attention, because that's not what we are creating. That's the old story that we have created. And if things pop up that are undesirable, as we are changing our self-concept and as we are doing our affirmations, all we have to do is kind of stop and look to ourselves in those moments and say to ourselves, okay, so what am I thinking? Like, what am I feeling? What is it that has caused me to get into this circumstance? And what's the solution now for me to overcome this circumstance? And so first of all, we recognize that the 3D then is, if it's not resonating with what it is that we want, we recognize this and we sit down and we affirm for our power and our ability to create the life that we want. But we also then do things then to stabilize our nervous system, like breath work or relaxation, like watching movies or listening to music that helps us, exercise, reading, things that actually just allow us to get into that relaxation that is stabilizing our whole body, not just our mind, but it's taking our conscious mind away. And as we are doing that, then we are showing our subconscious mind that we are relaxed in this 3D present moment, and the subconscious mind picks up on that. And so because it picks up on that, it starts to produce then these feelings of relaxation. You're able to overcome your circumstance in that moment, and because you are overcoming the circumstance in that moment, you are teaching your subconscious mind and your body to be more relaxed in the present moment. And then it's like opening a kind of a, I think what was the vortex or something that what Esther Hicks talked about. It's opening that up, and it's allowing yourself then to receive things, if you get what I'm trying to say. And so the affirmations that we are using are retraining our mind, our subconscious mind, to do this. And so that is what is happening then to our body. So that's what I was saying. If you ever notice that if your body gets triggered by things in your reality, it's the feeling of being triggered first that you get, and then it's like you get more than intrusive thoughts or whatever. But it's only because your subconscious mind is starting to look for things in your reality to show you why you are triggered, because it's looking back over all the triggered experiences that you would have had in your life, and um, trying to connect it to it, because it's all that it knows. But we're changing this with our new affirmations, and as we continue to overcome our 3D reality, we are selecting a new version. We're selecting new versions of what it is that we want, people that we want to experience, money that we want to experience, a life that we want to experience. And so this new version is in the 4D, it's in the 5D, and we may not have experienced it yet, but it is unfolding, you could say, like behind the scenes, because as you continue to overcome your 3D, obviously then if you're overcoming the 3D, you're elevating up to the 4D, you're elevating up to the 5D. And so as you do this, you're coming into your true desires and your true self. And this is what is meant by brain and heart coherence, as Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches, because you're connecting the subconscious to the body to train the subconscious that all these emotions that the body is feeling, the subconscious mind will pick up on what it is. So let's say, for example, we're having triggered emotions or whatever, but when we understand that the subconscious mind picks up on emotion a lot more than logic, this is where we redirect our affirmations. And as we use affirmations that bring us out of that kind of triggered state, our subconscious mind is feeling that through the affirmations, yes, but it's also understanding that the body is also overcoming these emotions as well too. And so the subconscious mind is learning that, okay, so we're overcoming this 3D reality, which means we're moving on to another reality, which is the 4D, 5D of the versions of things that we are manifesting in our life. I hope this makes sense, but it's the affirmations that we are telling ourselves, yes. But I mean, it's not to discredit what anyone is going through in the 3D, because I know things can be triggering, and like, look, we're human, we're going to experience things in ways that we may not be favorable, but it's how we overcome them. And even Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, it's not about being positive 24/7. It's about understanding that you can overcome these circumstances through the repetition of thought, through the repetition of overcoming the emotions that you hold within your body, overcome the emotions that you hold within your body through the repetition of rewiring the brain with these new thoughts. Now, he does say that obviously meditation brings you here quicker because you're in that relaxed mode, but you don't have to meditate to manifest. All you have to do is continue with the thoughts, with the understanding that the 3D is going to change. It will change, because it's anything that is manifested in the 3D has already come from a thought that has been previously dwelled on, or previously thought of, maybe a worry that you may have had about something that you continue to worry about, and then it was created. And so when that happens, then you're able to see what it is, you're able to know that you are able to overcome it, because that's not the version you're manifested anyway. So this goes for specific people too. If they're showing up unfavorable, just look at it as feedback and say, it's okay, not manifesting that version of you anyway. But also as well too, when it comes to, and get back into your affirmations of your self-concept more so than the actual person. It's really about, who are you in relation to that person? Who are you in relation to your relationships and your identity and all of that? Those are the kind of affirmations you want to be looking at and building the belief. But also as well too, with money too, like when you are faced with bills and you don't have enough to pay for it or whatever, understand that this will change as well too. Even if it feels like in that moment that you don't know how you're going to pay for it, just say, look, this is not the version that I'm manifesting anyway. this bill is going to be paid. The money's going to come from somewhere. I believe this. I'm going to continue with my affirmations. I'm going to continue to stabilize my nervous system. This is why we relax the body, because as we relax the body, we're teaching the subconscious mind that we're relaxed in this moment. And so the subconscious mind is going to look for more things to make us relaxed in our 3D. So the subconscious mind then will look for the money to bring it into our reality, to pay the bill, because it knows that we're relaxed and we're not worrying and creating more things to worry about. I hope this is making sense. You can leave a comment below if it's not, but I just wanted to make a quick video of understanding how to handle the 3D a little bit when we are faced with undesirable circumstances, understanding that it isn't about it's not about not reacting all the time. I mean, we are human, we're going to have reactions and things like that, but it's to understand that we are able to overcome, and that's how powerful we are. We're creators here. So it's not about dwelling on this particular moment. It's about saying, okay, you know what, I reacted, whatever, but I'm pulling myself through this and getting over this, and I am elevating myself up to my 4D and my 5D, because as I do this, the more that I do this, the less reactive I will become then when more things start to come up. And as I become less reactive, the more I am creating a higher elevated version of myself, which is lifting me up into my 4D and 5D version of everything that I want to experience. So I hope that makes sense. You can leave me a comment if you wish. I just wanted to make this video to explain that it's not the 3D that we're creating. We're creating everything within for a reason, because we hold everything within for a reason. So when we have the 3D in our reality and it's undesirable, we just look at it and say, look, this is not what I'm creating anyway, so I'm not going to focus on it. I'm going to pull myself, I'm going to do things that are going to pull me away from it, distract myself from it, and continue with the repetition of what it is that I do want to experience, what it is that I know that I already have within. And I'm going to continue with that. And as I continue to do this, I am going to be elevated to my 4D, 5D. And I'm going to see it then in my reality. That'll be the reality that I am living in. So it's just about overcoming. That's all it is. And look up some of Dr. Joe Dispenza's videos, because when you get into this kind of knowing of it as well too, it's like when you're faced with undesirable circumstances, you can look at them and you can say to yourself, you know what, it's really irrelevant, because that's not what I'm creating. This is what I'm creating. And you're able to kind of step into that knowing. Even if you feel a little bit of anxiety, you still kind of hold that little bit of knowing that you're going to get what you want, so it's irrelevant anyway. I hope this makes sense. So like and subscribe if you wish, and I will chat to you soon.